everyone, it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and today I have another stuck layout, and this is going to be number 4 in the series. And this layout I started this past Friday. I had some people over and we were doing scrapbooking, and I get together with a group of ladies every 2 weeks, and I started this layout. I had these pictures of my little dog Lilybell, and she was playing out in the yard. And so I flipped through my paper. I was looking for some paper that had happy, cheerful colors and something that was kind of reminding me of the outdoors. And I came across this paper from Maggie Holmes with the kites on it. And let me see, I think this was from the Carousel collection. Yeah, it was from the Carousel collection, and the name of the paper is Summertime. And I just really fell in love with that. And I thought, well, I can do something with that paper with the kites. And then I looked for some paper to coordinate with it, and I came across this one that has the really pretty hearts. And this paper is from My Mind's Eye Fine and Dandy, and it's called Tickle Pink Lovely. And then I also picked another color or another paper that had the same color pink in it, and that paper was from, I think it's also another Maggie Holmes paper. Yeah, this one right here. It's the back side of this paper, which is from the Shine collection, and it's a really pretty chevron. And so those were the 3 papers that I'm working with. Okay, and then for my title, I decided to do a title that says Happy Girl, because my Lilybell is always happy, especially when she's outside. And so I decided to use these sparkly white thickers for my title. And that's about as far as I got. And then I kind of got stuck. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I was kind of having trouble with the picture placement. If I put the title on this side, it kind of blended into the background. And I really wanted to use these glitter sticker or thickers. I really thought that I liked the font, and I thought that the style was really cute. And so I had to put my pictures over here. And then I was covering up all the kites, which I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do that. Also, I did join these 2 together because this is I think this was a 6x12 and a 6x12. And I just put it on a scrap piece of paper and made a 12x12. And then I covered up the seam with a couple of washi tapes. This is a pink washi tape, and it says Pet All the Puppies over and over. And then next to that one is a gold washi tape. And so that's kind of where I ended up getting stuck. Now, I was thinking about what am I going to use to embellish this? How am I going to put my pictures on here to make it look right and not cover up all my kites? And so I kind of was thinking about it today, and I thought, wouldn't it be cute if I could take some, because I have a whole nother half of this paper, I could take and cut out some of these kites and use those on this side, like kind of going up the page like that. I think that'd be really cute. And then I put my pictures over here, and then it wouldn't matter so much that I'm covering up all my kites, because I would have kites over here kind of as my embellishments. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And so let me go ahead and stop talking and start scrapping, and I will do a voiceover to talk you through the rest of this layout. So I'm going to start off by cutting all these kites apart, and I'm not going to be sharing with you all of the fussy cutting that I did, because I think it's quite boring to sit and just watch somebody fussy cut. But I did actually create a video a while back. I had several of my viewers ask me to give them some tips on fussy cutting, and so I created that video, and I share with you all my tips on how I do fussy cutting. So if you're interested in that, please be sure to check that out. Also, I like to sit and fussy cut while watching TV, and it helps because I have an light, and I can get the paper really close up to where I can see it really well. Doing that on camera is really difficult because you have to hold the paper so far away for it to be in the view of the camera. So it is kind of difficult to actually show that on camera, and I think it would be kind of boring to watch all of that. Okay, so I did go ahead and fussy cut all these out, and I decided to leave the strings. I did a test cut just to kind of see, if I would be able to cut the strings out, because sometimes things that tiny are very difficult to cut out, but I was able to kind of leave a little bit of a border all the way around the kite, and that helped with cutting out all of the strings. I did think that the strings were really cute because it had those little bows going down, and I did really want to keep that because I thought that was a really cute element of all these different kites. I also wanted to just mention here that I did piece together several of the kites, and if you have pattern paper where you have some of the images going off the sides of the paper, but you can actually join those back together, like cut part of one off of one side and part of one off of another side, sometimes you can actually create a whole image. And so I did do that with several of the kites. I just wanted more choices because I was trying to figure out how to lay these kites out to where it wasn't competing, because the patterns, if I put like say the floral with the green and the pink next to the kite that had the green and the pink, it seemed like the paper was fighting with the embellishment. And so I was kind of struggling with the placement of all these kites. And I think in the end it turned out really well, but I did still think that this layout came out a little busy. And it's funny because at the end, I'm going to completely finish this layout. And after I go back and start editing this video, I realized that I really didn't like that the pictures were blending into the background. And so I did actually tear it apart and I redid the pictures and some of the embellishments on the right hand side of the paper in order to make the pictures pop out more on this layout. So I did glue a couple of the kites down with just some liquid glue, and I glued them straight to the paper. But then I also used some foam tape and I popped up the top of the kite to make it look like it was flying. And so I did that on quite a few of them. And you're going to see, I also decided, I had this kite, it was kind of like a half kite. And I decided that I would put that at the top of the layout because if I made it go off the page, it didn't really matter that it wasn't a full kite. So I definitely would encourage you guys to think about that when you're doing fussy cutting, that you could maybe use those images that are partial images that are kind of falling off the page. They really come in handy when you're creating a layout because you can make them go off the page, or you can try to piece them together to make an entire embellishment. So I do like to do that, and I think in this case, because I only had a half sheet of this paper, I really did need every little piece of the kites that I could get out of that paper. So as I was trying to figure out how to place these pictures on my layout, I did decide that I would only put 3 pictures on the left, and then I moved my title down and put that one picture of my dog underneath the title. So I think that came out really cute. And one of the other things that I ended up doing was I did change the order of the pictures on the left. I had the pictures to where that picture in the middle was at the bottom, and I liked it so much better. And so when I went back and redid the mats for those pictures, I did rearrange them and I liked it so much better. So here I'm trying to figure out a paper that I can use for a mat. I did want to try to lighten that up a little bit and give some separation between my photo and the background. And so I found this really cute plaid. It's like pinks and blues and whites. And I'm just going to mat this picture, and I think I just put like a 1/8 inch mat around it. I didn't really want to show too much of the pattern. I just wanted kind of the color to show there a little bit. And so I am using my We Are Memory Keepers layering guides to make that mat. And I love that tool for making mats from my photos because it really allows you to get a really even mat all the way around your picture. Okay, so I think this is coming out really well. I love the pop of the plaid, the brightness of it underneath the photo, and I really think that that makes that picture there under my title really pop up off the page. Okay, so now I'm going to try to figure out the placement of the kites, and I really had quite a bit of a challenge trying to figure out how to put these kites on this layout. A lot of it had to do with just having the kites in the different patterns because I couldn't use certain kites in certain places because if I did, it looked kind of weird because it was competing with the pattern paper that was there. I almost think it would have been better to create this layout where I didn't use the kites as the background. I used a different paper as the background and then just had the kites on top of it because I think this layout actually was pretty busy. Now, once I go back and I fix it and I add some additional mats under my photos, it is going to get much better. But if I had to do this layout again, I'm not sure that I would do it the same way. I think I might actually use the kites with a less busy paper, use the kites as embellishments, but use a less busy paper on the background. I think that would have been a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing these down, and I did just glue that one directly to the paper. I didn't have any foam tape under it. The one at the top of the page, I also glued that one down and just had it going off the page, and I had to make sure it was high enough up that it didn't look weird. I'm going to trim that later, and I like how that kind of just goes down and kind of almost meets the title. Now, one of the things I'm really challenged with, I don't know if y'all have this problem, but I have OCD really bad, and tilting my pictures is a struggle. I can like line my pictures up in a row, but I was trying to challenge myself to tilt my pictures at different angles because I felt like this layout really was kind of whimsical and it would lend itself to having the pictures kind of, off at different angles. But I struggled through this whole process trying to get those pictures to look right. And if anybody has any tips on the best way to angle the pictures to make them look like they're natural and they belong like that, I would really be interested in that because I tend to like look at it and I just think it looks wrong and I just keep moving it around, and yeah, it's kind of a problem. Okay, so now I'm going to get out this sticker book. And it had some really cute images in it, and I got this one sticker. It had some gold edging around it, and it said today at the top. And I think I tried, there was different colors there. I ended up picking out this one that has the yellow at the top and it's got gold around it. And later when I pulled the layout apart to fix my mats, I did have to replace that sticker because the sticker did get kind of messed up. Um, I'm also going to be pulling out some circle stickers, and at first I stuck the sticker right down there onto my layout, and then I thought, well, I really like to add some dimension to it. So I went ahead and put it on this pattern paper, and then I cut it out with this scallop circle punch. And I love using these sticker books. I know a lot of people don't really like the sticker books, but I think they're a really great value. You get like 30 sheets, and if you get them at Tuesday mornings, they're about $7. And you can sometimes find them at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joann's on clearance, or use a 60% off coupon. And it really does give you a lot of stickers and images to play around with. And some of the stickers are very thin, but I usually will just take those and put them onto some pattern paper or cardstock and then fussy cut them or punch them out. And some of the stickers are really pretty because they'll have foiling, or they'll be transparent, or they'll have some kind of special treatment. Some of the stickers are like cardstock stickers. It just depends on the sticker book, and sometimes there's a mixture in the sticker book of thinner stickers, cardstock stickers, and specialty stickers. So I think it's really a lot of fun to have these sticker books, and I have quite a few of them. And just recently I was organizing my alpha stickers, and I thought about, collecting all my alpha stickers in one place. And when I was doing that, I thought, well, there's quite a few alpha stickers in these little sticker books. There's usually one or two sets of stickers that are alphas in there. And so I went through all my sticker books and pulled those out and put those with my other alpha stickers. And I love having all of those in one place. So that's another reason why I like to buy the sticker books, is to get the additional alpha stickers that I can use to create words and subtitles on my layouts. Now, I did make some embellishments from this sticker book that I ended up not using on this layout, but sometimes that happens, and I'll just save those and put them with my other embellishments, probably in my bins by color, and just use them on another layout. Now here I'm going back to this sticker book that has all these little dog stickers, and I have this little dog head, and I'm going to put it on some vanilla cardstock, and I'm going to punch it out with a circle punch. And I thought about using it just like that, but I thought maybe it needed something a little bit extra. It looked a little bit plain. And so I'm going to go back and stick that onto some of that pattern paper. And I'm going to use that scallop circle punch, and I'm going to punch that out. So when I'm working with these stickers from the sticker books, I like to layer them and make them look like they're more substantial. And I think it's a lot of fun to create more dimensional stickers and embellishments from these sticker books. So I'm going back to this sticker book that had all the dog stickers, and I pulled out some little paw prints that I'm going to scatter around the layout. I also brought in some word stickers. I think there was a couple of stickers that said rough, and then later on I added a couple more stickers that said wolf. And I put those right on top of the kites, and I thought that looked really cute. Those stickers were transparent, and so the pattern paper kind of showed through, and I just thought it added a cute touch to the layout. So I wanted to add a little dog to this layout, and I brought in these stickers from Simple Stories. This is from the Life is Rough collection, and I added that little dog right there at the top of the layout. And I also brought in some dimensional stickers. I've used these quite a few times on different layouts. A couple of these, the ones from Park Lane, came from Joann's, and then this one that I am working with here came from Hobby Lobby. I can't remember the brand of that one, but it had some really cute dimensional stickers, and I pulled in a little gold glitter bone, and I put that on top of one of the kites. I did want to bring more gold into the layout, especially because I had the gold washi tape, and I was planning to bring in a gold paper clip that's the shape of a dog that I use on almost every layout that I do with my little dogs, because I just love paper clips, and I just think it's cute to add that kind of a different texture to a layout. So I'm going to go ahead and add some foam tape to this little dog. I like to pop up at least one item in each cluster, and I was building a little mini cluster there at the top right hand corner of the layout where that kite was, and so I decided that the piece that I would pop up would be this little dog. And I just think that adding foam tape and giving dimension really creates a lot of variation in the layout. And there's where I added that little doggy paper clip. I got those paper clips at Tuesday mornings, and if you're interested in finding paper clips at Tuesday mornings, be sure to check out the stationery aisle where they keep the envelopes and cards and office supplies, because that's where they put the paper clips in my store, so they might put them in your store in that same place. Now I also wanted to add a flare button, and so I pulled in two different flare buttons. One says Epic Day, and the other one said something about yay. Yay for the day or something like that. I can't read it from here, but it's just a cute saying, and I decided to go with that. Now that was a pin, it wasn't really a flare, and I did try to pin it onto my layout, and that didn't work out too well. That was the first time I'd ever tried to add a pin. And so what I ended up doing instead, well, I did get it on there. Ashley did manage to get it through the paper and then connect it at the back, but it was crooked. So I went ahead and grabbed my pliers, and I just broke the back of it off and then added in a piece of foam tape and just stuck it onto my layout that way. And that worked out so much better. And it wasn't really difficult to get that little piece off. I just twisted it a little bit with the pliers, and it came right out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and add in some enamel dots, and I decided I wanted some more gold, and I brought out some gold sparkly enamel dots and kind of scattered those around the layout. It was around this point that I lost some of my video footage because my phone ran out of storage. So I'm going to be skipping ahead to when I had finished my layout, and I'm going to start tearing things off of it. And it was kind of a painful process to do this, but I really do think that the layout turned out better with the changes that I made. So I think that if you really want to change something on a layout, even if you have glued it down and you really think that your layout would benefit from doing something, and you know it's something that you think that if you don't do it, you're not going to be as happy with the layout, I think it's okay to go ahead and just tear it up. I mean, it didn't really take me that long to fix this. I would say I worked on it maybe another 30 minutes, tearing everything off, and I did it very slowly. I wanted to try to, make sure I didn't do as much damage or as little damage as I could. And then one of the things that took me a little time is I did have to go back and reprint one of my photos because the photo was damaged when I pulled the kite string off of it. So once I got everything off the layout, I just went ahead and matted my 3 pictures onto the pink pattern paper, and then I matted them again with this white cardstock. And I just wanted to give more separation between the busy background and my photos. And I really do think that this really added quite a bit to the layout. I think that my pictures pop off of that busy background a little bit more. And like I said earlier, if I were to do this all over again, I probably would have picked a different background paper for the left hand side of this layout. I think that if I would have used a pattern paper that was less busy, that this layout would have been so much better. But you know, sometimes you don't know that until you work on a layout and you build your layout, and then you realize, hey, you know, maybe I should have done something a little bit differently. So it's probably not my favorite layout that I've ever done, but I still do like this layout. I love these pictures of my little dog Lilybell, especially the one at the bottom when she's looking up into the sky. She's just so happy when she's outside. And I think that this layout really does suit her personality. She's such a funny little playful dog, and she's always so happy to be outside. And yeah, I just thought it suited her so well. So I did go ahead and change out the sticker because when I was taking that photo off, I was trying to figure out the placement of my pictures, and I wanted to move the picture over a little bit. In order to do that, I had to pull that sticker up, and the sticker did get damaged. So I did go ahead and just replace it with another sticker from the sticker book. Now here I'm trying to figure out where I can place these kites, and I ended up deciding that I was going to put a pink kite there at the top and cover up that blue kite, and then that way I could use the blue kite right next to it. And so I'm going to go ahead and just cover that up with the pink kite, and that worked out so much better. Now I did lose a little bit more footage from this video, so here is the close-ups of the final layout. And you can see here that the layout is a little busy, but I think that the clusters came out really cute. And I love all the little stickers that I used from the sticker book, especially those little word stickers that said woof and rough. I thought that those were adorable. And I'm really happy with the way that this layout turned out. So anyway, that's all I have for this video. And if you want to stick around to the end, I have a short video clip of my dog Lilybell playing in the backyard. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a like, and if you would like to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye now. And Lilybell always finds the dirtiest spot in the whole yard. You gonna track that in my house now? All that sand. Look how pretty the new grass is. What you doing? Hmm? What you doing? You being a good girl? You think so? You're so pretty. Don't get dirty, okay? I just gave you a bath yesterday. You gotta get your hair trimmed though, it's getting long. Gotta get a haircut. You wanna get a haircut? Yeah. I'll schedule you one. I can schedule an appointment for you. You can go have a spa day.